Welcome back to Sea Glass Archaeology, everybody. Here I am, I'm on the shoreline with my kids. We're actually looking for jellyfish because I saw some the other day, but it's still pretty early in the season. When they do come in, they come in blooms of over 100,000, and it's really amazing. I hope I get to share that with you sometime in a future video because we're actually quite good at handling them safely. Either way, I came across this beautiful piece of lemon yellow. It's nice like a lollipop, and it was on the shorelines right over here. And it's kind of neat because I've found quite a few yellows in the past that I've matched to old lighthouse lenses. But this one here is really, really thin, and this might be comparative to the bowl that I shared with you not too long ago. Here it is, everybody. Here is that beautiful casserole dish that I took out of the garbage. It says Mexico on the bottom, and I know that this was made in the late 50s, early 60s, and it's a piece of dinaware or dinaware, spelt with a Y. So it's amazing to think that a beautiful piece like this right over here originated from a bowl like this. The color is a perfect match. And I know that the 1960s, 1950s wasn't too long ago, but when I'm out on the beach, and I'm finding things like Papa Smurf that was made in the 1970s or G.I. Joe that was made in the 1980s. I know that people were absolutely still discarding out my way into the ocean. And here's another beautiful piece that I don't think I've ever shared with you before. It's hard to believe somebody was throwing this away. And you can see that there's a bunch of glass right over here in the bottom because in my sea glass shanty, I tell people that I take sea glass as payment. I take smiles as well, but it takes a lot of smiles to make up for the sea glass that this little kid brought me. He was so excited to use this little sea glass over here to get one of my cute little creations, and I was so happy to make the trade. Now every time he comes in, he gets to see that I keep the beautiful sea glass that he gave me in exchange right there where everyone else can see, and he's so proud of that moment. Here's another discovery that we made, which I'm so excited to share with you. I'm in the harbor with the kids and we're looking for artifacts, and we absolutely found one. What I'm holding right over here is the remains of a bowl from an old trade pipe. Pipes like these are commonly referred to as trade pipes, and they were made using two metal or two brass plates that would have fixed together, and then you could fill it with your ceramic, and then afterwards the hole would be perforated. Now, normally when I find a bowl or I have one of these, it's hard to get a good look at inside over here as they're pushing the wire or brass rod right through that long stem, and you can actually see how it blows out, the same way that a piece of sea glass blows out if you don't counterpunch it. Now, a rule of thumb when it comes to these pipes and these pipe stems, because I definitely find a lot more pipe stems than I do pipes and pipe bowls, is the size of the hole is a good timeline indicator. You know, a small hole like this one, and even this one over here, was made after 1820 and is more modern. Now, the older holes are definitely going to be wider, they're going to be looser and less pronounced. Now, I've only found a few of these in my life before, and unfortunately, as a professional beachcomber and scavenger, when somebody's willing to pay my not-for-sale price for one of these old rare artifacts, I really have no choice but to part ways with them. I always have regret, but then again, I'm able to feed my children off of these little discards from generations past that people left, these little clues of history that we get to connect with our ancestors from. It's an absolutely fantastic find, everybody, and I've just been so busy this past week, and I'm just so glad that I still get to connect with everybody and share all of my finds. So I want to thank you all for all of your love, leaving comments down below. It's really great to know that you're still with me, even though I'm spending all this time at the Sea Glass Shanty. So hopefully I'm back on the beach. You can hear Trixie, she wants to go right now, and you can see Williams right there too. She says, let's get on with the walk and let's get on with the adventure. And William says we have an eel, and he's right. We caught a little eel when we were looking. Yeah, Will, show me the eel right now. There you go, you can see it, everybody. It's a tiny little eel. It's only about 8 inches long. Don't worry, we're only gonna play with that little eel for a few minutes, and then we're gonna put it back in the ocean because we were really here just exploring our curiosities, and when you lift up these little rocks, you never know what's gonna be underneath it. So get out there and explore your curiosities, everybody. Make some great memories, and thanks for watching. Hey everybody, I never know who's going to stop by the Sea Glass Shanty, and I don't know if you've ever kidnapped a garden gnome before and took it on vacation, but say hello to Johnny over here. I just offered him a little sip of rum, and I'm so happy that he came by to see me at the Sea Glass Shanty.